Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we are diving into three amazing Jefferson nickels that might be sitting right in your change jar: the 1970D, 1973D and 1977 No Mint Mark V cent coins from the United States. These coins might look ordinary, but some rare versions are worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if they have full steps on Monticello or rare minting errors. Let's get started. First up, the obverse or front side of the 1970D Jefferson nickel features the timeless portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The design was created by Felix Schlag, who won the 1938 design competition held by the U.S. Mint. The inscriptions on the obverse include "I in God we trust" on the left, "Liberty" on the right, followed by the date 1970, and the D Mint mark just beside it. The portrait captures Jefferson's strong and thoughtful features, symbolizing wisdom and leadership. Schlag's design endured for decades, standing as one of the most recognizable pieces of American coinage art. On the reverse side of the coin we find Jefferson's beautiful estate, Monticello, an architectural masterpiece designed by Jefferson himself. The reverse design also carries the inscriptions E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, Monticello 5 cents, and United States of America. The simplicity and symmetry of the building depiction are stunning, especially when well struck. Examples show clear details in the columns and dome on many nickels from the late 1960s and early 1970s. Strike quality was inconsistent, making fully detailed, uncirculated 1970 D nickels a joy for collectors to find. In particular, coins showing full steps detail on the steps of Monticello are considered premium finds, worth far more than face value. The 1970D Jefferson nickel was struck in cupro nickel alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5.0 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters with a smooth, plain edge. This metal composition has been used consistently for nickels since 1946, replacing the wartime silver alloy that was used from 1942 to 1945. The 1970D nickel silver gray tone can develop natural toning over time, sometimes resulting in attractive shades of gold or blue when properly preserved. Because these coins are resistant to corrosion, many 1970 nickels survive today, but finding one in truly uncirculated, untouched condition remains a rewarding challenge. In 1970, the Denver Mint produced an impressive 515,485,380 Jefferson nickels, over 500 million coins. While that a huge number, most were heavily circulated, meaning few survive in pristine mint state condition today. Circulated coins show flattened details, worn lettering and dull surfaces, while uncirculated examples retain sharp design lines and original mint luster. Collectors often underestimate this coin because of its common appearance but high grade. Examples with exceptional strikes can command surprising value, particularly those certified by PCGS or NGC as having the full steps designation. Let's talk about the value, the most exciting part. In fine condition, a 1970D Jefferson nickel typically trades for around 10 cents to 25 cents USD, only slightly above face value. However, the story changes dramatically in uncirculated condition. A coin graded MS60 may be worth around $1 to $2, while higher grades such as MS65 can bring $8 to $15 if your coin is a full steps example where all 6 steps on Monticello are fully visible. Its value jumps significantly, reaching between $50 and $250 USD, and in top gem condition, auction prices can exceed $500 US. The 1970 D nickel may not be rare by mintage, but high quality strikes are scarce, and that's where collectors pay premium prices. Like many coins from the era, the 1970 D Jefferson nickel has a few error varieties that collectors love to hunt some. Examples include double die obverse, die cracks off center, strikes and clipped planchets, although not officially recognized as a major variety year any coin. Showing such errors can be worth several times the normal price. For instance, an off-center 1970 D nickel with clear date and mint mark might sell for $40, $100 depending on severity. Meanwhile, double die strikes or die breaks across Jefferson's face can make your coin particularly interesting to error collectors. Always examine your coins carefully under magnification or take them to a professional for evaluation to preserve the beauty and value of your 1970 D nickel proper. Storage is key. Avoid cleaning the coin. Polishing can ruin its natural luster and significantly reduce its market value. Instead, store it in acid-free holders, airtight capsules, or mylar. Flips handle coins only by their edges and wear cotton gloves to prevent oils and fingerprints from tarnishing the surface. Collectors often categorize their Jefferson nickels by date, mint mark, and condition, aiming to build complete sets from 1938 onward. The 1970 D issue is a mid-series coin that fits perfectly into both circulated and uncirculated date runs. The 1970 D Jefferson nickel is not just a piece of metal, it's a reflection of American history and design continuity. It represents the country's economic stability during the Vietnam War era, as well as the enduring legacy of President Jefferson's ideals of democracy and liberty. For over 30 years, the Jefferson nickel remained unchanged in design, symbolizing consistency amid a rapidly changing world. For collectors, owning a 1970 D nickel is like holding a snapshot of that era, a tangible connection to American craftsmanship and heritage, all contained within a small everyday coin. And there you have the full story of the 1970 D Jefferson nickel, one of the classic coins of American circulation. While most of these coins are still only worth face value, uncirculated and full steps examples can be worth dozens or even hundreds of dollars, whether you are searching through pocket change or building a complete nickel collection. This coin is an essential piece of U.S. coinage history. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell for weekly videos about rare coins, mint errors, and collector values. Share your finds in the comments. You never know which ordinary coin might turn out to be something extraordinary. Next up, the obverse or front side of the 1973 D Jefferson nickel features the dignified portrait of Thomas Jefferson designed by Felix Schlag. Jefferson's face is shown in left profile with inscriptions "I and God We Trust" on the left side, "Liberty" on the right, and the year 1973. Following it, just next to the date, is the D mint mark representing the Denver Mint. Schlag portrait of Jefferson captures both his intellect and his leadership, serving as a timeless reminder of one of America's founding fathers. The overall design has changed very little since its introduction, which adds to its classic appeal. Turning the coin over, the reverse side displays Monticello Jefferson famous home located in Virginia. This neoclassical building is beautifully detailed, especially in well-struck examples. The inscriptions include E pluribus unum above, Monticello at the center, 5 cents below, and United States of America around the rim. A defining feature for collectors is the steps on Monticello in sharp, uncirculated examples. These steps appear fully separated and distinct, earning the designation full steps. Coins with complete step detail are scarce and command a significant premium in the collector market. The 1973 D Jefferson nickel was struck using the standard copper-nickel alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge. This durable composition has helped many nickels survive decades of circulation without corrosion. However, where from Circulation can quickly flatten Jefferson. Hair details and the steps of Monticello, which is why finding a sharp example in fine or uncirculated condition is always a pleasure for collectors. The coin's silvery sheen when properly preserved adds a striking aesthetic to any collection. In 1973, the Denver Mint struck an enormous 315,485,000 Jefferson Nickels over 315 million coins. With such a large mintage, it's easy to assume that all 1973 D nickels are common, but condition makes all the difference. While circulated examples are plentiful, most show heavy wear and dull luster in fine condition. They are collectible, but still affordable. However, high quality uncirculated examples with bright luster and sharp strikes are far less common. Coins with full steps designation are especially sought after because of the precision required for such a strike, something the Denver Mint did not always achieve consistently in the early 1970s. Let's get into the value, the part every collector loves. In fine condition, the 1973 D Jefferson nickel typically trades for about 10 cents to 20 cents USD, just slightly above its face value. However, when we move into uncirculated mint state territory, the story changes completely. A coin graded MS-60 might fetch $1 to $2, while an 65 example could be valued at $8 to $15 US. If the coin shows the full steps detail, it can be worth anywhere from $40 to over $150 US, depending on eye appeal and certification. In extremely high grades such as MS-67, FS examples have sold at auctions for $500 or more. Condition and strike quality truly determine the coin's worth. While the 1973 D Jefferson nickel is not known for major varieties, collectors should still keep an eye out for minting errors. Some 1973 D nickels displayed die cracks off center, strikes, planchette flaws, or double die obverse, which can increase their value dramatically. Even minor die breaks or die chips on Jefferson's face or Monticello can add interest and a few extra dollars of value if you discover an off-center strike with clear date and mint mark. You could be looking at a coin worth $30 to $100 US or more. Error collecting has become one of the most exciting parts of numismatics, and their 1973 D issue offers plenty of fun opportunities for discovery. If you are lucky enough to find a 1973 D Jefferson nickel in fine or mint condition, proper storage is essential. Always handle your coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints and store them in airtight capsules, mylar flips, or archival coin albums. Never clean a coin. Cleaning removes natural patina and luster, which dramatically reduces collector value. For serious collectors, consider submitting your best examples to NGC or PCGS for professional grading. Building a Jefferson nickel set by year and mint mark from 1938 through today is a rewarding way to appreciate how American design and minting technology have evolved. The Jefferson nickel has long symbolized American democracy, innovation, and history. The year 1973 marked an era of change in the US from post-Vietnam shifts to technological advancements. This coin, circulating through millions of hands, carried a portrait of one of the country's most brilliant minds, Thomas Jefferson, whose values still influence American life today. The Denver Mint's production reflects the strength and consistency of the U.S. Mint's operations, ensuring the nation's coinage supply through a period of transformation. Each 1973 D Jefferson nickel is thus a small artifact of American resilience and progress. So there you have the complete story behind the 1973 D Jefferson nickel, a coin that remains both common and fascinating for collectors. While most examples are worth only a few cents, those in uncirculated or full steps condition can be surprisingly valuable. Every coin in your pocket has a story, and sometimes it might even have hidden worth. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content about rare coins, hidden treasures, and U.S. mint history. Do not forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss a video that could help you find the next big coin in your collection. Next up, the obverse or front side of the coin showcases a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson III, President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, whose work has remained the face of the Jefferson Nickel for decades around Jefferson's bust. You will find the inscriptions "I and God We Trust" on the left, liberty, and the year 1977 on the right. On this particular issue, you will notice no mint mark below the date, that the telltale sign of a Philadelphia strike. Despite its simplicity, the obverse has a timeless design that reflects American ideals and strength. Flipping the coin to the reverse, we see Monticello Jefferson famous home in Virginia. The building is centered proudly with the legend E pluribus unum above and the denomination 5 cents, along with United States of America below. The word Monticello appears directly under the building. Collectors always pay attention to the number of visible steps on Monticello. When all 6 steps are fully visible and well defined, the coin earns the special designation full steps. These are highly prized among collectors because they signify a perfectly struck coin. The 1977 Jefferson nickel was struck using the standard copper-nickel composition, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5.00 grams, has a 21.2 millimeters diameter and a plain edge. This durable blend was chosen for its resistance to wear and tarnish, making Jefferson nickels long lasting in circulation. Because of this sturdy alloy, you can still find many 1977 nickels in decent condition even after decades. However, uncirculated examples, coins that have never been spent or handled, remain significantly more valuable due to their luster, sharpness, and preservation. In 1977, the Philadelphia Mint produced a total of 585,376,000 Jefferson nickels, a massive number reflecting the continued demand for circulating coinage in the United States. Although that makes this coin common in general terms, the challenge lies in finding pristine examples with full steps, detail, and original mint luster. Many coins from this era were struck with worn dies, causing weaker details on Monticello. So while the mintage figure is true high grade, specimens are relatively scarce, making them attractive to serious collectors. Let's talk about value, the part that every collector is excited about. In fine condition, a 1977 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is typically worth around 10 cents to $0 just above face value. However, in uncirculated condition, mint state 60 to 63, prices rise to $1 to $2 and coins with exceptional luster and eye appeal graded MS65 or higher can reach $10 to $15. Now here's where things get exciting. Full steps examples certified by PCGS or NGC often command $40 to $200 depending on quality. Some rare MS67 FS examples have been auctioned for over $500, making this common coin potentially quite valuable in top grades. Although the 1977 Jefferson nickel is not known for widespread major errors, collectors should still look for unusual varieties. Die cracks, off-center strikes, and double die obverse can all exist in small quantities. Coins with planchette flaws where the metal blank had imperfections before striking can also add interest and value. Even minor errors can bring anywhere from $10 to $100 depending on rarity and visibility. If you ever find a misaligned die strike or a broad struck example, you might have a rare and valuable piece worth grading. Always check both sides under magnification. You never know what you will discover if you plan to collect or invest in Jefferson nickels like the 1977 issue. Condition is everything. Always handle your coins carefully by the edges to avoid fingerprints or scratches. Store them in protective holders airtight. Capsules or acid-free coin albums to preserve. Their luster avoid cleaning your coins at all costs. Cleaning removes natural toning and dramatically lowers value. If you believe you have found a high-grade example, consider sending it to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can make a big difference in the market value of your coin. The 1977 Jefferson Nickel reflects not just monetary use but also American culture and stability. During the late 1970s, while inflation and economic changes were happening in the United States, the nickel remained a cornerstone of everyday transactions. Thomas Jefferson's image reminded citizens of America's founding values and enduring democracy. Coins like this are time capsules, tangible links to their past that carry history in your hand. That's why even a common coin like the 1977 Jefferson Nickel can be a meaningful and educational piece of Americana for collectors around the world. So there you have it, the full story behind the 1977 Jefferson Nickel with no mint mark. While its face value is just 5 cents, its historical charm and collector potential make it worth so much more if you are lucky enough to find one in uncirculated condition or with full steps. Hold on to it. It could be a small treasure. Remember, every coin tells a story, and even the most ordinary ones can surprise you with hidden worth. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this with fellow coin lovers. Turn on the notification bell for weekly videos revealing the secrets of rare and valuable coins. Maybe the next one in your pocket change is worth hundreds of dollars.